free tax software packages out there. And here's a lot of people don't use them. I mean, it's very underutilized. So I don't know why that is. They maybe don't promote it or not. I know that around tax time, I'm promoting it.
Use the free option.
Yes, I'm always telling people. I even had the WGN the tiny URL. Yes, yes, tiny URL, free file. So I would tell people, go there. It doesn't cost anything.
I know, but here's why because I don't use that. I use one of these
and you
services.
shouldn't.
I know, but I'm like, I'll just use this one because it's fair, it's affordable-ish, and it's sleek, right? The way it's designed. So now does the IRS want to look into designing this on their own, like a sleek, easy-to-file system?
That's what the goal is. Remember what the Americans would the healthcare bill, what their website cost.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so
it didn't go well the first year,
and it wasn't cheap, right?
No.
So
it does work better now. I will say having it.
They have $15 million to look into it. When there was a hearing, Janet Yellen, the Department of Treasury, the chair of the department, she wasn't too, or secretary, I should say, she wasn't too gung ho about it. But Elizabeth Warren was questioning and saying, "You're going to promise that we're going to give you the money. You're going to do this." And so they put $15 million aside. They're supposed to have a report by the end of the year. I don't know where that's going to go. I don't think the IRS should. I'm thinking about this because you and I were just talking about it. For people who are W-2 employees and you don't have any deductions or anything, it's pretty much free anyway.
Right.
I mean, you write down a number.
Well, here's my worry is I feel at least when I hire this company to do it, help me do it, they're looking out for my interests.
Absolutely.
They're trying to find as many deductions as I can. They ask you, what did you think about this? And sometimes they go, no, I didn't.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's interesting. Will the federal government design a program like that lays out every deduction I could possibly right?
Well, you know the answer.
Because they want the money.
Yeah, you know the answer to that.
So I guess
but again, it's the same people. If you have deductions and all of this, you shouldn't use a free service. Probably you should probably hire someone to help you. Because in the end, it probably saves you money. You should probably do more planning. More people should do tax planning. Almost nobody does that. Even people would make a lot of money. Well, I have a CPA. The CPA just takes what you give them and then they spit it back to you in the IRS forms. But they don't really. They might take a deduction that you didn't know of or put it where you didn't know. But they're not really doing tax planning for you, and they're not really going to save you a lot of money. And so tax planning is something that's ongoing all year. That you and that you plan again. It's planning. So I could put money here. By the time April comes next year, it's too late, right? You can't And it is putting. If I do this, I won't pay taxes on it, right? But you got to do this.
You help out people a lot of times after they've already been reached out to by the IRS, and probably a lot of clients that didn't do that tax planning through those years. And that might be why they're ashamed to call you because they feel like they've done something wrong. What would you say to those people?
Well, again, this is what we were just talking about. The people that I hire they're very good at what they do. They come to the end of the year. They have to get their CPA or TurboTax, and there's lots of documents you need. And you say, I haven't done that.
Right.
I'll ask for an extension, and I'll get it together over this summer. And I'll get till October 15th. And remember now, that's coming up. October 15th. So, and then, and I'll be okay. And then all of a sudden it's next April.
Yeah.
And they say, oh man,
do it.
I better do it this time. And I can't tell you, I've had so many people who hire me and they haven't filed their tax returns in 5 or 6 years. But every year they file an extension because they intend to.
Yeah.
They just never get to it.
It's like a lot of things in life, right? And I know that I wouldn't do that. At least I don't think I would, but that's because I do this. I put off writing a will, though, right? And every year I say I'm going to do that. So I think we all have those things that we know we're not that great at.
Yeah.
And I just feel like what you do really well, and I think it's appropriate, is you kind of take a little of the judgment away and realize, hey, let's start today.
Well, again,
why not start today?
I agree with you, John. But again, it's because the people I work with, they're great people. They run great businesses. They just have this area that they're having a problem with. And as you pointed out, they don't want to tell anybody they're having a problem. A lot of my clients are afraid that their own customers will find out, and that will show that they're somehow fake or phony. I'm cheating them because I'm not the professional that they think I am.
Right.
But that doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong with the service you're providing, but they're worried about their image.
Do you have people that have lost sleep over calling you?
That's the biggest thing.
Health issues.
Marriage issues too, big thing.
Yeah.
But it is health issues, yes, it's very common. One of the first things I want to tell my clients is, hand me your problem, and then you don't have to deal with it anymore. Mm-hmm. You can. And my first goal: get a good night's sleep tonight. Right. And start right now. Don't worry about it now. You're doing all you can, and that's all anybody can ask of me. Mm-hmm. Like, do all you can, but you got to take action. The sooner the better.
You're someone I think that fights for the little guy.
Yeah.
And so did Mike Leonard, our previous guest too. Yeah. So does Audrey Anderson. This has been kind of the fight for the little guy show today, and I like that because I feel like the government or anyone you're fighting against, they got a big team, right? Yeah. And they should, right? They should go, there's issues that they need to deal with. You should have a team too. I
agree with that. And again, most attorneys who run their own business or things, right? They're helping the small guy, mm-hmm. The guy who's their people are coming down on, because again, as you pointed out, the guys at the University of Chicago or Harvard, they're working for the big guys, right? So you need help. Right, and whatever it is, and everybody's afraid to hire an attorney. Nobody wants to hire an attorney.
It's not your goal.
Yes, but when you do have to hire an attorney, find the right one, and it really does make a difference.
Oh, for sure. No, it absolutely does. And you're someone, and we talk all the time, we joke all the time, but you're someone that really, I think, enjoys this and like the fight. And that's who I want in my corner.
And I always tell people, when they say, well, this guy, he worked for the IRS. That's why I want to hire him. I was like, well, me and the IRS aren't friends. So he was going to be their friend. I'm fighting the IRS.
Let's talk soon on Your Money Matters. Okay?
Thanks so much, John.
WGNTaxman.com. Is there a number you want people to reach?
Yeah, you can call me at 312-664-6649, but WGN Taxman's got all that information.
We'll talk again soon. Okay?
Thanks, John.
Stephen A. Leahy. All right. That's going to do it for Let's Get Legal. I can't wait for Hampton.